Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. Today we are going to be looking at data cleaning in Power BI. We're going to understand what data cleaning is all about, the reason we clean our data, the processes we take in cleaning our data, and the tools that we use in cleaning this data. Is it only Power BI? Can it be done just in Power BI alone? What are the things we need to do and the rest of that? So by way of introduction, we say that data cleaning is the process of correcting or removing errors, inconsistencies, and inaccuracies from our data in order to improve the quality and make it suitable for analysis. Now, there are reasons we do this. The reason we clean our data, the reason we remove these inaccuracies and inconsistencies, the reason we sit down to remove errors in our data is number one, so that we don't have wrong conclusions at the end of the day. Remember, your client is counting on the conclusion that you would make at the end of the day in order to drive a positive business decision or to give them a good recommendation for the work that they have given you to do. Now, two, so that we don't have misleading insights. When you have errors, when you have inconsistencies in your data and you don't work on them, surely the insights that you will generate will be misleading. Three, you can have faulty decision making process if you don't clean your data, because there are some things that are in it that should not be there, but because you have not taken the time to clean the data, it will give you a faulty decision. So you will have a faulty decision at the end of the day. So it is quite important and paramount that these things are done. Now, there are processes we take in cleaning our data. This is our Power BI environment. All right. When you launch your Power BI, you click on the blank report and it opens to this page. All right. Now, processes we take in cleaning our data includes handling of missing values. First of all, you remove missing values, you remove duplicates, you put each column in the right data type, you fix typographical errors, and you can filter outliers and so on. Okay. Now, we would delve into that very shortly with the data that we have. We can see how we can run these things and how we can apply these processes in cleaning our data. Now, we use various tools in cleaning our data. We can use Excel, we can use SQL, we can use Pandas libraries Python libraries such as Pandas and NumPy. We can use Power BI like we already have. Now, having said that, we'll go straight into importing our data. Today, we're going to be using an Excel file that contains the names of the staff members of an organization. All right, so we go to get data, go to Excel because it's an Excel file. Whichever file it is that you want, you can pick it from the pop-up menu. If it is not here, you can click on more. If you click on more, all right, many more will come out for you. Then you choose the kind of file that you want to work on. It could be a web file, it could be a database file, it could be from anywhere, it could be from Microsoft Fabric, it could be from Azure, anywhere at all. But today we're going to be working on an Excel file. So you click on an Excel workbook and then you connect. Now, the data, it will open your system where you have all your Excel files. Okay, you click on the data that you want and then you bring it in. Let's wait for it to load. Now, it is loading. Your data sets can have more than one table. You can have 2 or 3 tables or as the case may be. All you need to do is to check on the table that you want. You check on the sheet or the table that you want and it will come up for you. Next thing, this is a preview of what the data looks like. You can click on load so that it will load into your environment. Right? Let's wait for it to load. It is loading. Our data is loading. It is fully loaded. Yes. Now the next step is for us to transform this data. Click on transform and it takes us straight into the Power Query environment. The Power Query environment is more like the kitchen of the Power BI. This is where we run our data cleaning. This is where we check for inadequacies, inconsistencies. This is where we check for errors. This is where we do all that we are to do to make this data good, for insight generation, for good decision, business decisions, and the rest of that. Okay, so this is our Power Query environment in our Power BI. All right, remember the processes that we said we are going to do. We're going to check for the right data type. We're going to check for missing values. We're going to check depending on the kind of data that you have. All right, so without further ado, we will dive straight into this. Now we have our staff ID, and during our SQL classes, we said that our ID can be either just numbers or numbers and characters, meaning that it can be string, it can be numbers. So we see that this is in the right data type, so it's okay. The name is in the right data type, it's a string, so it's okay. Date employed is in the right data type, it is on date. If you click on this, you will see that this is date, this is numbers, so it is correct. It is salary, this is date of birth, it is correct, and it is date, yes, this is gender, which is string, department correct, location correct, and the next thing that we have is rating, and it is equally correct. So the next thing that we're going to check out for is for duplicates. We know that no staff member should have the same ID number, so we check for duplicates. You right click on the column and we say remove the duplicates, because we shouldn't have any duplicate there. All right, now we can click on this to be sure, and we say remove every. Okay, it is in order. Now, names. No two persons in an organization should have the same name. There must be something to differentiate them. Even if they have the same first name and last name, their middle names may not be the same. There's something that might differentiate them. So we can say we want to remove the duplicates from the names, remove duplicates. The next thing is date employed. Two people can be employed, two or more people can be employed the same day, two or more people can receive the same salary, two or more people can be born the same day. The gender, obviously, it would have duplicates. Two or more people can be in the same department, two or more people can be in the same location, and actually the rating, two or more people can be there. Good. Now that is that we are done for checking the duplicates, when removing the duplicates when necessary. The next thing for us to do is to remove empty spaces. We have removed duplicates here. The next is for us to remove empty spaces. So we say remove every empty on the ID. Any person that does not have anywhere that we have empty space, that is a blank space, please remove it. That is what we just did here, to be sure that we should have 979 distinct and 979 unique. So it is, and it is valid 100%. We don't have an empty, we don't have an error, so it is correct. Now we have 99%, 99%, so that means something is missing. We click on this and say remove empty spaces. All right, the empty spaces are gone. So we click on this and say the blank space is gone. Then null, or was it there before? Okay, the blank spaces that we have, they are gone, meaning it wasn't containing anything at all. So that is fine, and it is now 100%, and it is the same value with this first one, so we know that everything is in order. All right, we have date employed, so we can remove the empty spaces as well. Remove the empty space. That's correct. So we see that everything is 100%. We get to empty here. We have empty spaces in the salary. What are we going to be empty? 1%. We have null. We have null here. The salary, be mindful when you're removing the nulls. Like you can see, we have this null here, has a value here, and has a name, and has a value here. So it could be an omission. All right, it could be an omission. All right, so if we uncheck this null now, there is that tendency that this person now, the value, the report for this person will be lost. So when we are filling empty spaces here, we will not, some people might be tempted to use 0, but it is very dangerous to use 0 in these cases, because at the end of the day, what you might be getting will be wrong. So what are we going to do? We're going to use either the average or the mean. In this case, we will use the average. So what we need to do is just to highlight this column, go to transform, go to statistics, and we'll say we need the average of this. And this is the average. Please round it up. I need you to round it up for us. And this is the value. We copy this, control copy, and then go back to our rows, and we say replace values. What are you going to do here? Please replace these nulls with our, replace these nulls. Replace, what are you finding null? Please replace it with the average. Good. Clicks OK. All right. Now we can see that we don't have those nulls again. Now we can go ahead to remove every empty space that we have. Correct. Empty spaces have left. Okay, I want to remove this calculated average from the applied steps that we have done. Now the next place we remove what? Empty spaces as well. Remove empty spaces. Today we are just looking at how to clean our data. In the subsequent classes, we're going to sit down and understand this data. This should be the first thing for you to do. When you import, when you are called, before you import your data, before you start work, you sit down and understand this data and know what the data is talking about. It is if the data is from a non-technical environment, ask questions, communicate with your client and understand certain things that is in that data, where it is supposed to be written well, what is this, what is that, so that you will know what to do. You sit down, you understand the data that you are working on, and then the business problem that you are going to solve, or the health issue, whatever problem that you are going to solve after analyzing the data, whatever solution that you would get at the end of the day would your understanding of the data would help you to make better decisions. And again, it is not every column that you would be needing at the in your data. So when you understand in your analysis rather, so when you understand the data that you're working with, it helps you to know the right columns to use and the right columns not to use for your analysis. That and that means that you have to know the columns to delete values from and columns not to delete values from, because if it is a column that is important, for unless the value you're deleting would add little or no, will have a little or no effect on the work you're doing. If it is that kind of value, then you can go ahead to delete. But if it is a value that will play a vital role in the result that you will generate at the end of the day, please don't delete. It's either you fill it up with the mean if it is numbers, or you read or you get back to your client and ask them questions. Maybe you get those values from them and then you fill it up by yourself. All right, now let's continue. Let's put this back to whole number, our data type to whole number. So it's correct. Now date of birth, let's see, remove empty spaces. Okay, and then our gender, we have no. In this gender we have male. Let's see what we have. We have no, we have female, we have male, we have males that are not written well, and the rest of that. So we get to here, this no, because we don't, the gender wasn't given. If you have access to your clients, you can go and ask, please, so person, what gender is this person? But in this case, we don't have the gender. We cannot get back to the people that have this data. So we're going to use NA to we're going to use NA2. replace the null. So what are we going to do? We will come to this place and say replace values again. All the nulls here, please replace them with NA, meaning not available. That is what we have here, NA, not available. Going forward, we have department. Okay, let us still remove empty spaces to be sure that there is no empty space. Coming to our department, we have another null. We have nulls, and if we cannot get back to these people, what are we going to do? We replace them with not given, not available, whatever you want to replace it with. So we say all the nulls, please replace them with not given. Not given. All right, now we click OK. We were not given, and then again we remove the empty spaces. Now going forward, the location, let's be sure we don't have any null. We have nulls here. Well, okay. If the location is important to where and to what you are, or even if you remove the null, it may not play a vital role in the analysis that you will run. You can just go ahead and uncheck it and say, okay, let's uncheck this one. And we can still go ahead to do what? Remove the empty. All right. Now we have removed empty spaces, and then back to rating, we can go ahead and remove empty spaces. Now that is that for this. The next for us to do is to check our typographical errors. Check, we have removed empty spaces, we have removed duplicates. Some empty spaces we replaced it with NA, some we replaced with the mean, some we removed. These are just the processes. Now the next thing for us to do is to fix typographical errors. These IDs, they look okay, so we might just leave them. These ones are correct. The names, we don't know them, so we want to believe that they are correct. That is why you need to work very closely with your client. They say that a data analyst spends 80% or even more of their time cleaning data, depending on the volume of the data that you have. If it is very, very, very voluminous, then you know that you will sit down, some spend months and some spend weeks cleaning their data. So we see the dates are in order. We don't have any date that is not in order, and same with this. So the next thing, date of birth, gender. Let's continue to our gender. In our gender, we have female and male and NA, because we were not given. So that is that. The gender is correct. We don't have anyone that is not spelled rightly. Okay, the departments, let's see what we have here. Accounting, this marketing, sales, services, support, training, everything is in order. So there is no abnormal spelling. Now let's get to location. In our location we have some abnormal spellings, typographical errors. Maybe the people that were entering this data were gisting when they were doing this. So what do? You start to rewrite these things. It's assumed that this data was gathered in Nigeria, right? That is why the location is Nigeria. So we would change the names that were not spelled right. We'll change it to the right spelling. So we say ABJA. Let's say ABJA, right? Place values AB space JA. Please replace it with Abuja. There's no place like that in Nigeria. What we have is Abuja. So we replace this. We check for another one. ABBUJA. We replace it. You replace it with Abuja. Say, please, ABBUJA. Please replace it with words ABUJA. That is the right spell. This is how you will keep going one by one till you finish all of them. ABUAAA. Let's change this one. ABUAAA. ABUAAA. ABUJAAA. Please, the right spelling is ABUJA, and you say okay. Now let's check for another one. Sorry, let's click on this. Let's be sure. We have AWJA. AWJA. Let's replace it with the right one. Rename, replace values. Say ABWJA. The right spelling is ABUJA. You say okay. The next one we have is what? All the other ones are correct. Kaduna. Okay, we have a Lagos that has a 0 and a Lagos that has an O, and the right spelling is this. So we rewrite this and we say, please replace this LAGOS. Please replace it with what? LAGOS, and you click what? Okay, and check it, and everything is in order. Right now to the ratings. You check your ratings and let's see if everything is good. We have average, we have good, we have not rated, we have poor, very good, very poor. Remember, as an analyst, your analytical thinking has to be here. You know, as much as you're working with the data that is given to you, you have to think. You have to open your brain, use your analytical thinking. Here we have average, we have good, we have not rated, we have poor, we have very good, we have very poor. The only one that we don't have is excellent. All right, so probably the not rated might just be excellent, but definitely you have to ask the people, assuming that this data was given to us by a client, you have to ask the people, please, I want to know what is the criteria that you guys used to rate these people. All right, from the criteria, then you will know if the not rated is actually excellent or not at all. All right, so but we are just going to use our critical thinking now to replace this not rated with excellent. To replace this not rated with excellent. All right. So you say replace values, and we replace not rated with excellent. And you click OK. And I think we are done. Everything is good. Everything is valid. Okay, let's remove empty spaces as well to be sure, very sure that we don't have any empty. Everything is 100% valid, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. And up to the last one, we have everything 100%. Our data can be validated. Our data can be said to be correct. Our data can be said to be in order. We have removed the things that we need to remove. We have we don't have outliers in this data as it stands. So everything is in order. When you are done with your data cleaning, you go forward to close and apply. When you close and apply, you wait for your data to load, and after that you check our data is fully loaded. Now this is the process of cleaning the data. In our next class, we'll sit down and look at this data very well and understand this staff data and make out insights from it. We'll create our visuals in the subsequent classes. Watch out for the next video. Thank you.